Welcome back to another episode, glorious episode of Guns and Trails. I'm Jimmy, and this visual is actually going to cover. I want to do something a little different. I want to cover some stories. And this story goes back to about 2007 by a young man by the name of Ross Capicchioni. If I'm saying it right, Capicchioni. And as I was, scrolling through YouTube and looking at stories and stuff, this one caught my eye in particular because number one, the song Ross Capicchioni by Jordan Lucas is fire, by the way, even though it came out like 10 years ago, but it's still fire. So after hearing that story, I discovered that it's based on a true story, so it intrigued me to look at this young man's story. And I think it's pretty interesting. So before we get into it, make sure you go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. Again, we are on our way to 1,000 subscribers, so make sure you go ahead and do that. So basically, in summary, long story short, is basically this kid had a friend. They became close. I believe he said in the video like 10 years close. And one day, I guess the kid tried to join a gang and kind of just try to kill the kid, and with I think 3 shots with a shotgun, and the kid survived. Shot him in the arm, shot him in the head, shot him in the chest or the ribs, and the kid survived to tell his story. So without further ado, let's get into it. And before I hit play, you guys, make sure you pay attention to the surroundings that you have. Even though I don't know who your close friends are, who your circle is, but in my opinion, guys, a small circle is the best shape you can ever be in, because the less people that you have around you, the less trauma, the less resistance, and less less everything really. But if you decide you want to hang out with people that are not beneficial to your life, who don't bring any value, you will learn. And I believe from this story you will learn. I mean, again, this is all the environment that you live in, the community that you live in. But the kid, he kind of walked in blind. It kind of became, I guess, a yes man to this kid. So I'm gonna hit play and let you guys hear it. I'm gonna hit pause and kind of just review on some things. So if you can't stand it, then you can for sure exit the video out, or hop around. It'll cover it. All right.
Ready? Go ahead whenever you're ready.
All right. My name is Ross Capicchioni. I'm from Macomb, Michigan.
Capicchioni.
Suburb outside Detroit.
Start your story.
How it happened?
Yeah.
Well, it happened like I was a junior in high school. 17-year-old punk shit. Just doing my thing, skating, hanging out. This kid supposedly was supposed to be my friend, and I knew this kid for 10 years prior, before this day. He asked me, hey, can you give me a ride to my cousin's house, down in UD? All right, yeah, well, like, what part? Like, the west side or the east side? And he's like, the east side. And I was like, nah, man, I don't got no business on the east side. He's like, no, it's cool.
See, so right there, his gut told him, bro, don't even go there. Don't go to the east side. And if you guys know, or those of you who are in like in the hood, or not in any suburban neighborhood, what parts to go to, what parts not to go to, right? Even as a person who's just neutral, who's not involved in anything, there's certain places that you don't have any place you don't have any business belonging, going to. So, I mean, this, like I said, his instinct first told him, don't go there. But, the kid kept asking him. So one day he was, fuck it, I'll give you right there. Sure, why not?
Man, like the east side, that's like 7 Mile, like it's like a third world country. The police, they won't stop and get out the car. They won't pull you over. If there's gunshots, they'll wait till everything's clear and they'll come pick your body up off the street, and that's it. So like a week goes by, I'm still telling them no, like, because I had a feeling like, don't go down there. Kept asking me, I'll give you $30 for get.
See, some people just don't know how to take the word no. When you say no, it's no. The kid kept asking him. He's like, nah. And then one day he was like, yeah. See, some people's intentions are just not the best, even when they keep asking you, because people just don't like the word no.
Ass all this shit. I'm like, all right, whatever. You're my friend. I'll take you down there. I go to school that day, and I get out, and everything seems normal. We go to the gas station, he gives me the money for gas. We drive down there. So I get off, and it's just like I get that eerie feeling like you're in a bad spot. But it's like broad daylight out, beautiful day like today. And we're driving, and he's telling me where to go, and we pull out on the street, and there's people outside, and he's like, all right, that's the house right there. So he's like, pull around back in the back. Like when I turned the corner to go right, like I seen it was like caution, like do not enter and all this shit, but I still, because I knew him for so long, I just thought,
See? Even the signs are telling him, bro, don't even come over. There's danger over here. Do not enter. Caution. Cautious. Whatever. It's telling him. The kid still kept going. I would have turned my ass around like, bro, you can get it right there. If you really want to go there, take the bus. Here's like $5 for the bus. Enjoy yourself.
It's the deeds, whatever. There was a fence, like a grass area, my vehicle, and then houses right there. So it was like, I wasn't in the middle of nowhere or anything. And like I get out, and he gets out, and it's only a couple seconds. I'm looking around. My ears are ringing. I'm like, man, that was close. And then I kind of just glanced down, and my arm's just hanging off. Just hanging off like a zombie. And I'm just looking at it. I'm like, yeah, this is, it's not real.
So pretty much what he's saying is he got shot, and he was in such of a shock where it didn't click to him. It was kind of just like it happened, like subconsciously, until he realized, he looks down in his fucking arm and he's like, shit, I got shot.
I kind of shake it off and look again, and it's just hanging off my arm, and I'm like, okay, then it kicks in, like blood like flowing like an animal. And then I look up, and this kid's just holding a shotgun like 10 feet away from me, just holding it right at me. And I asked him, I said, like, did you shoot me? And he just blew a hole in my chest like this big. So after that, I just dropped to my knees. I lost all my air. I couldn't see. I remember like being...
By the way, he got shot with birdshot. And birdshot, basically what it is of course he got shot with a shotgun, but the ammo that the dude used to shoot him was birdshot. Birdshot is the little BBs that spread, right? There's like 20 of them, right? Or 30 or 40, however amount they put in the shell. So he got shot with that, and birdshot is nothing. Any shotgun ammo is nothing to play with, but birdshot is basically, imagine having that in your arm, right, in your head, in your ribs. You'll see the X-rays in a second.
I'm on my hands and knees, and I felt the barrel of the gun on my head. I felt this barrel just shaking still on my head, and so I smacked it away. But there was a shotgun, so it sprayed. So it still like hit me in the head really good, but it didn't blow my head off like a watermelon, just to pieces. So after that, I got a little sight, and I was like, okay, I'm still moving. Like, I don't know what's going on with my head, but I know I'm alive. And I remember I looked up, and he was just staring at me. And he took the butt of the gun and like smashed me in the face with it. Knocks my teeth out. Like I fall back, but I can still see at this point. And I don't understand like how I can see, because I have so much damage to like my lung and heart. I felt...
So the kid, his intention was obviously to just assassinate him right then and there. Shoots him in the head, and then shoots him in I think this is the second shot that he shot him. See the chest, so Russ's x-ray to his left ribs. That's all birdshot shells. Little beads. Not BBs, beads. These are lead, little beads everywhere. They're not meant to put a hole in you, right? Like a slug or like a buckshot would, but they could do so. They can't do that, but typically they don't do that. But you could see this dude just has beads everywhere in his ribs.
Like these hands, like in my pocket, digging for my car keys.
He's trying to rob him.
He's trying to grab my keys. I ended up on my stomach. And I look up and I see my Jeep Commander driving away. Just driving away, flying away. And I said, okay, well, either I stay laid down in this spot right here and die, or I try to get up. So I try to push myself up, but like take my left arm, take it right out. So gunshot to the chest bigger than a soup bowl, and then my head all mashed up. And I'm trying to push myself off the ground. Kept trying, and I'm like, all right, you know what? One more. I'm gonna try it one more time. And I pushed up, and then out of nowhere, I felt these arms from underneath me pick me up. And I remember like swinging, trying to grab someone, and there was no one around. And I was just like standing.
What he's saying is the angels of heaven done try to pick him up. The dude got shot. I mean, if you see the movies, like, you know, one shot with like a shotgun is supposed to like, right? He falls back, flies back like 10 feet. That's not how it is in real life. I mean, the dude said the dude shot him three times, I think. I mean, his intent was to assassinate him, really, to kill him. And, you know, he says that the angels of heaven done try to save him. Which, I mean, obviously, I believe every word this kid says. Like, he doesn't seem one to lie about a story like that, especially after getting shot, you know, I mean. But it's crazy because the dude's still alive after getting shot 3 times with the bird shot. Bird shot is nothing to play with. Any shotgun shot is nothing to play with, but bird shot. I'm gonna fast forward a little bit here.
And I like started hearing this guy, and he's like running over to me. So when I fell, there was like a probation officer at a stoplight, and he seen me fall out of the woods, like all bloody, broad daylight. And then I felt his hand on my back, like, "Hey man, you're fine." Sleeping forever. And I remember on his face, but in the same time telling me I looked great. I looked beautiful, like you're gonna be fine. And then it just like blacked out, and
So he gets up, he's trying to get up, falls back. He keeps getting up and falling down. Luckily, a dude, I think he said a probation officer, like came over and got him in the car and called the ambulance, whatever. And the ambulance dude was just like in shock, like, oh shit, like this dude's kind of fucked up a little bit. So they get him in the ambulance, and you know, they try and talk to him, trying to, you know, keep him awake, which they're supposed to do that, right? They're supposed to talk to you as much as possible to keep you awake. So they obviously succeeded.
Into like I was outside of the ambulance on my skateboard, filming it, like rolling telephotos.
So his life is flashing before his eyes.
The doors open, everyone's panicking, and I see my legs coming out, and like once it gets to my head, blacked out. I was pronounced dead on arrival right there. John Doe had nothing on me. They said, you know, Doc, this kid's, you know, gone, and Doc said no. You know, I'm here. Let me try.
That doctor didn't give up on him.
When I was pronounced dead on arrival, like, throw him in the body bag, he's dead. Like, the doctor said no, like, you know, I'm gonna try to help him. This man doesn't know who I am. He could have said, yeah, he's dead, all right, I'm going back home. He said no, like, I feel something, I'm gonna try. Did the heart surgery.
So the doctor could have went home to his wife and kissed his dogs and his kids and told his wife about, hey, I told his wife the story, the guy seen the kid get shot today. It was bad. He was dead on arrival. Doctor said, hell no, I'm gonna try to save this kid. You ain't going. You're going back to your home, homie. You're going back to your mommy and your pappy. So the kid obviously survived. The doctor did the heart surgery. Honestly, I don't know how the hell that doctor even did that, especially with all the beads. I mean, I don't know. The kid is obviously like a mutant. You know, he's like Wolverine, gets shot and survives. Dude doesn't die. So I'm gonna fast forward to the part where he talks about being in court with the dude who shot him.
He's like, oh, could you identify him through a picture? I was like, of course. Pull out a picture of the kid. I said, that's him right there. He said, Ross, we have him in custody. I said, how? I just woke up like 2 days ago. I just learned how my name again, like how to talk. He's like, the day Blank shot you, he called Blank and told him. So this kid shoots me and calls his buddy and says, hey, I shot.
So what happened is basically the reason how they caught the kid was, I mean, I'm assuming that there was some type of witness or, you know, somebody, you know, they figured out what the dude was driving and his description. But the main reason how they figured out was the dude who shot him called his friend and was like, hey, I shot the dude. You know, it's kind of like bragging about it. You don't want to do that after you shoot somebody, especially after like trying to kill him. You know, you don't want to say, "Hey, he's dead. Let's go to the beach, bro. Let's enjoy this." That's how they call him, I guess. So
Ross is dead. Kid's like, no, you didn't. You're lying. Because imagine another 15-year-old kid saying to a 15-year-old kid.
Oh, and he was 15.
So after they hang up, the kid he told calls the police on him. And he was met by the SWAT team right at his front yard. Got him.
So check this out. The kid who shot this dude, who shot Ross, he calls his friend. His friend then calls the police on the dude who shot Ross. And the dude is supposed to join a gang. But there's something wrong there. Just something wrong there. I don't know what it is, but something's definitely wrong there. If your homie just decides to call the cops on you for attempting to kill somebody.
And like all I had to do was go to court and testify against him. I went in there, man, in a wheelchair, head still stapled, no teeth, 105.
And real quick, guys, there are some people who live by the code, and the code obviously is, you know, you don't snitch on people and anybody. This kid obviously he has nothing to prove. He's not in any type of organization. He's not about that life. The kid's a skater. You know, he likes to enjoy life. You know, he comes from a good family. He doesn't know that, right? He doesn't care for that. He's just a regular kid, you know, who had a friend, and his friend decided to, you know, basically fuck him over. So, in his justice, he decided, you know, yeah, I'm gonna testify against the kid who shot me. Yep, that's the kid who shot me. Yep, that's him right there. You know, I mean, that goes to show you that, you know, some people, they just, if you decide to shoot somebody, and you fail your mission, you better believe that, you know, something's gonna happen to you. Whether you're gonna get told on, or whether you're gonna get killed, or whether you're gonna get hurt, or your family gets hurt. Something's gonna happen to you. I mean, obviously, this kid got like 35 years, only because the kid survived. And now if the kid would have died, the dude would have just served obviously more time, because again, he shot him in the head. That is considered like basically like an assassination, along with a couple more other wounds. So
5 pounds because of all the blood I lost. Arm cast, and I sat in front of 40 of his family and him, and he couldn't look me in the eye. He had his head down the whole time, and I had to tell my story like this to everyone. That was the first one. I had to go back to final sentencing, and that's when I was healed. Like, so I walked back in the courtroom the second time. He comes out in a purple suit, top hat, cane, and sunglasses. This is the kid who shot me at court, smiling. While his family cheers him on, says, like, way to shoot Ross, called me a coward because I was taking the justice route. Like, I didn't lower myself to his standards and go try to kill him. I spoke, and the judge, like, looked at this kid and said, you know, said his name, and he said, yo, Ross, thank you. And the kid just looked at the judge like, what do you mean? He's like, because if you would have killed Ross that day, you would have got life in prison. But since Ross was a warrior and survived, you get a second chance, and he just slammed the gavel on him. He said, go have fun in prison for 35 years.
See? So, like I said, if the dude would have killed him, he would have rotted in prison. There's obviously, you know, there's the first appearance in court and the second appearance in court. Obviously, this was a quick 2 session trial because, you know, there's not much that was really going on. It was a dude tried to kill him, and we're gonna see what's gonna happen. We're gonna see what's gonna happen with the dude. Now, here's the thing: if this kid didn't testify against him, if he said, you know, that's not the dude, I don't know who he is, the kid would have been out, you know, and if this kid was, you know, about a different lifestyle, he obviously would have got back to the kid, and you know, who knows? But the kid was like, "Yep, that's him," and the judge was like, you know, have fun for 35 years in prison. I don't know. I actually don't know what this kid is currently like. What this? I mean, this video is back in like 2000. This was like 10 years ago, I think. or yeah, about 10 years ago. So I don't know what this kid is currently up to. Let me go ahead and play it and see the rest of it.
Well, I found out that the cause of the shooting was because he had to join a gang. That was his initiation, was kill a random person. He had to pick someone, so he just thought I would be the guy to pick. That happened in 2007. In about 4 years. And I'm telling you, the first two were the hardest. Like, it's hard, like waking up and knowing like someone trying to like shoot you down. You got to get through that every day. Like seeing people. Like, I get on a bus.
He's paranoid.
Public bus. I'm freaking out the whole time. Like, I don't trust anyone on the bus. For a while, my mother had to like take care of me as like how you do an infant, like washing, changing, feeding. Like, I'm 17 years old and I got my mom bathing me. I can't.
So again, this kid was at the wrong place at the wrong time with the wrong person. Again, he had no intentions of joining anything. He wasn't part of anything. He just loved to live life. He was a good kid. And the dude just picked that kid to just, you know, try to kill him because the dude wanted to join the gang. And he obviously failed. Because he didn't kill him. I don't know what the repercussions are, especially in prison. But the kid lived. He lived to tell this story. And you know, I'm not gonna lie, the kid, he is a warrior. He got shot 3 times with birdshot. So shit. I don't know what the hell the other kid was thinking. Why he chose this kid? He could have chose somebody else. Again, wrong place at the wrong time with the wrong person, and that goes to show you always believe in your gut. Okay. So we're gonna play the rest.
Ooh, I got no hand. I can't talk. I'm all sweet. And my dad and mom.
I think that's him right there. Like
Ross,
real footage.
Like, come on, like the doctors say, like, give it time. And then all my friends like coming to see me, hanging out with me. Like, started getting more positive. One day I woke up and I felt different. Like, I was like, you know what? This is my world. That's when like every time in physical therapy, like I would try to do something, mess up. I'd be like, well, it's like a nollie backside flip. Like, you're gonna mess up until you try it and land.
He's a positive
kid. When I mess up, I'd be like,
say that much.
No, backside flip.
He's not miserable.
I did it. Like, I'd do something with my hand and like put the thing in, and the doctor would be like, oh yeah, good job. Like, you did it. I'd be like, So I like started living my life as like skateboarding. It's been working. I'm very blessed. I see it now. Like, when before I'm like, you know what? Like, I'm so unlucky. Like, I went through all this getting shot, and really, like, I look at it now after like maturing and growing up. Like, it just gave me like a whole new leg up on life and how I can live my life, and it's crazy.
So look, that goes to show you that even though the kid, he found positivity in something that happened, you know, in the worst way possible. Right? That's getting shot in the head with a fucking shotgun. So he's seen the light a couple times actually. He's seen the light, and he was just like, I mean, he's obviously like a positive kid. You know, he's not walking around miserable. But the main thing I want to tell you guys is this: because he's 17, he doesn't have a license to carry. Right? He doesn't have a license to carry. But you know, had he did have a gun with him, that it would have been a whole different story, right? It would have been self-defense, and that's why, you know, even when you're around people who live a certain lifestyle, you still want to, you know, I mean, if they're your friends, it's a different story, right? But you still want to keep that third eye active, right, behind you, in front of you, because you never know, right? You never know. You never know what people's intentions are. So in a self-defense situation, it would have been different, right? And you know, the dude was, you know, Ross Capicchioni. He was man, the dude was just like living life. Nothing ever happened. So he's out telling his story, enjoying life, you know, skateboarding. I'm sure he's ventured off to different things. And you know, the dude's in prison with the intentions of killing him to join a gang, and he failed. The dude failed. I don't know. Anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comment section. If you guys do want to hear the song by Jordan Lucas, it's a dope ass song. Link will be in the description too. Make sure you comment, like, and subscribe. And you guys hit the bell notification because, you know, of course, when I do drop a video, you don't want to miss it. And if you like more videos like this, leave a comment down below and I will do more. If you do want to see the full video of this video, link will be down below. And this is Gun and Trails. I'm Jimmy signing out. Peace.